that all of our shops and businesses in downtown Branson are open, especially our friends at Dick's 5 and 10. Old Steve Hartley is here. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Boy, it's great to be here, Josh. Thank you for having me.
Oh, good to see you. It's always good to be here. I want to apologize. I know the last couple times you came on, you had to deal with old Scott McCauley. So I'm glad that I'm here to give you a more professional.
He filled in admirably. It's good to see you today.
It's good to see you, sir. So I just want to say I have actually gone out of my way. Steve, I've been to downtown Branson more during this construction than I probably went all of last year. For whatever reason, some of it was to go down and see for myself. Some of it was I just happened to have people in town. Some of them wanted to go eat. Some of them wanted to go shop and this and that. So we went down. And look, man, I mean, aside from, not being able to park right in front of the store, which, let's just be honest, it's not always a guarantee that you can park on that upper level of the street. Outside of that and being a little maybe, what's the word I'm looking for? Close comfort on the sidewalks, it's pretty much been business as usual.
Yeah, it has, Josh. Just those few parking places we've missed, but the sidewalks have always remained open. The contractor, ESS, has done a great job of making sure that the sidewalks are open, our front doors are open. There's been plenty of parking behind our store, Commercial Street, the parking garage, Liberty Plaza. So just that little minor disruption on West Main parking.
And that's it. And look, I've been telling people, don't be scared. Don't be detoured from going to downtown Branson just because you see all that stuff. I promise there are some people that are like, I'm not going anywhere near that. That just makes it that much better for the rest of us to go down there and roam around. Now, this morning and every morning on the way to work, we drive by. We stop at that red light every single morning. And we're able to look down, and we saw a full crew down there working this morning. We saw some sidewalks being poured. Or how are the sidewalks coming, Steve?
Hey, we had our sidewalk poured overnight Saturday night.
Boom.
It is back to that width, that wide width, not the skinny down. That was very, very, you could get by, but it's the wide width now. And last night they were pouring on the way west of us. So I'm excited to see this morning how far they got, but great progress being made. And, boy, I can see light at the end of the tunnel.
It's coming. It is very close. And I know that, tried to get it done earlier this year for whatever reason. Construction got pushed back. But I know that once it was announced that it was going to happen during the season, right before the start of the summer, get through spring break and then get into Memorial Day, it was kind of crazy because they actually were like, look, we're going to do stuff at night. We're going to be able to make sure that we work when there's people not there, as well as do some work while there are people there. And it makes my heart swell with pride, number one, that it is coming along, right? But also, man, we've had a lot of business owners in town that have made social media posts, that have talked about it on this station about how we're all in this together. It doesn't matter if you're in downtown or on Shepherd of the Hills, we're all in this together. So I've seen local business owners encouraging folks to go downtown and shop. That's got to make you feel pretty cool.
Yes, I think it's caused us to come together more. And I would like to say the city of Branson and Emery Sapp and Sons have done a great job to make this disruption as minor as possible. They want to get this job done. They want to get us back to business as usual. But while it's gone on, they've done a great job of making sure that people can navigate our sidewalks, our front doors remain open, and there's plenty of parking as always.
Plenty of parking. Also, you made a very bold move, sir. You opted to give away 5 $100 shopping sprees every week during construction. Did you ever stop and think that, boy, I hope we don't get no delays. Boy, that could go a little bit further than we expected.
Well, it has been received so well, and the bottom line is bringing people downtown.
That's right.
And it's doing what it's supposed to do, so we're so glad. And, we were just talking with Josh that probably over the duration, we're probably going to give around $5,000 away in $100 shopping sprees.
And it's awesome because that $100, it can go a little way or it can go a long way. It depends on what you're in the mood for when you go down to Dick's 5 and 10. My aunt and uncle were here a couple weeks ago. And Aunt Leanne kept telling me, she's like, I need to find some souvenirs for the grandbabies. I got to find some souvenirs. I was like, all right, we'll go to Dick's 5 and 10 in downtown. Well, the first thing that my Uncle Mark wanted to do was buy one of your photos that was hanging from. So he's like, hey, they sell these. So I'm like, no, you're not getting that one. Like, do you not see the big sign that says not for sale on that photo? He's like, that's awesome. He's like, that's one of the coolest things ever. But we spent, God, Steve, at the very minimum an hour and they're just roaming around, going up and down the aisles. Aunt Leanne kept adding stuff. The designer socks, I got to tell you. Miss Carrie bought me a pair of Macho Man Randy Savage socks. I was walking by and I see a giant animated Macho Man head on a pair of pink socks, and I'm like, honey, look. She said, okay, baby, here, I'll get you these socks. Man, who was in charge of buying all your stuff, Steve? Who was in charge of making sure that you have that unique and rare and interesting item that someone's looking for?
Well, we have 13 buying department managers. They each buy for their own department, and Beth Dixon is our merchandise manager, all headed up by our store manager, Donna Nolte, and they do a great job of just keeping Dick's 5 and 10 nostalgic, but also looking for the coolest and the funnest and the trendiest things. So any age can have a great time at Dick's 5 and 10.
Boy, you are not wrong. And I do have to say, speaking of which, man, your staff, they work super hard, man. They really do. Like, sometimes you see a line at another retail store that gets a little long before somebody calls to the back and asks for help. And, oh, so-and-so's on lunch and this and that. Man, it gets like 2 or 3 deep and boom, there's somebody else that's coming up. Not only that, but that somebody is probably you in a lot of cases.
Well, our lead front manager, Mary Dorr, does a fantastic job of doing just what you said. We want to make sure that experience from the minute they walk in the door to that friendly hello and thank you to when they check out, we want to make sure that experience is good from beginning to end, and our front line team does a great job to make sure it doesn't get bottlenecked. They're moving through so that our guests, our visitors can get on with their busy days.
That's right. I love it so much. Steve Hartley from Dick's 5 and 10 here. I'm Josh Clark. This is The Upside with Josh and them. You talk about a way to make the people's shopping experience bigger and better than ever. You're going to extend your hours, huh?
Starting this Friday, Memorial Day Friday, believe it or not, it's here. We extend our hours to 10 o'clock closing Monday through Saturday. So it opened an extra hour, and we encourage our locals to come down. It's maybe not quite as busy at nighttime, maybe a good time to get in and get that hard-to-find thing you've been trying to get the Dicks to see and buy. A great time to come down at nighttime, open an hour later, Monday through Saturday, open until 10 o'clock all summer long.
That's awesome, Steve. I also want to commend you. I don't know if you saw or not, but earlier this month, our friends at College of the Ozarks announced that they were discontinuing or doing away with the Keeter Center Sunday brunch. And they kind of came out and said the quiet part out loud. They're like, look, we pride ourselves on these pillars of education, and one of them is faith. Right? How can we ask people to work on Sunday when you're not supposed to work on Sunday, right? I remember you got quite a bit of blowback when you guys decided to close on Sunday a couple years ago, but in hindsight, it was the right decision.
Absolutely. So glad the Lord guided us to make that decision. It was 15.5% of our business, Josh, big, but the Lord made back 96% of that.
That's awesome.
And we knew he would. We had
right.
full faith, and this gives us that day we can honor the Lord, and our team can go to church, can spend the day with their family, and so glad that we made the decision and that we can honor the Lord and give our team a day of rest.
It's important to have that. If you want the family atmosphere, if you want the good employees like you need to run a business like Dick's, you have to sort of give them that time with their family, with their faith, with themselves, sort of recharge their batteries, and that way whenever they come back, they're ready to roll.
No doubt about it, and so grateful we did it. And Monday has always been our slowest day historically, so being closed on Sunday, Monday became our second biggest day of the week. So our visitors embraced what we did. They loved what we did, and they continued to support us by when they found out or knew we weren't going to be open on Sunday for all those reasons. They came and saw us on Monday.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, Steve Hartley.
We knew He would. We had full faith, and He has continued to richly bless us.
That's awesome. Speaking of having faith, the word, and it's always funny, anytime there's a new buzzword that drops, you have these random people that are experts. They may have never said the word ever before in their life, but the new word has been tariff. There's been a lot of talk in the news about tariffs, and I know you as a retailer, you get your inventory from all over the world. Have the tariffs affected the prices?
Well, it was a concern. We heard that 145%, which will get your attention quickly. So as soon as we became aware of that upcoming 145% tariff, we bought for the entire summer at the pre-tariff costs.
Boom.
So we have our always tremendous selection of nostalgic to novelty and at affordable pre-tariff retails.
That's awesome. I believe the adjective that you used was bulging. You guys were bulging.
We are bulging
inventory.
at the seams. We have more inventory than ever before. There's no lack of inventory at Dick's 5 and 10 and at the pre-tariff costs and thusly retails.
That's so awesome. Steve Hartley, you and I have talked a lot of times over the years, like about the history of the store, about the expansion of the store, about your partnership with the fading business model that is the Five and Dime store, right? There's a big store up in New York.
Yes.
I remember that I did an interview with Vidler's. That's exactly right. So it's been how many years since you've been in charge now, Steve?
I've been back a little over 32 years.
A little over 32 years. Do you still love it?
Oh, absolutely. Just get a charge from the customers and the generations we're seeing every single day. The third, fourth generation of no trip to Branson, Steve, is complete without us coming to Dick's 5 and 10. And, well, that just spurs myself, our team, to make sure that experience is more outstanding each time they come back.
And I can tell you honestly, at least from my perspective, it has. Every single time we go, every time we bring someone new, they want to come back. Probably my favorite thing, I could go down the list of like lunch boxes and toys and the Fisher Price selection and all the things, right? But my favorite thing about Dick's 5 and 10, if you're having trouble locating something in town, just pick up the phone and call, because I would say there's a pretty darn good chance that you've got it, or you've got something close enough to it.
Well, our team, we've built a consistent staff, and our team has bought the Dick's 5 and 10 way, and that is making sure each customer is taken care of. And so when you come in the Dick's, you're going to find somebody, and you're going to find somebody that cares enough. They're going to help you find what you're looking for. So we're always going to operate on that model, and to have plentiful staff able to help you when you come in Dick's.
It's awesome. Steve Hartley from Dick's 5 and 10. Don't forget, starting Friday night, 10 o'clock, they'll be open till 10 o'clock Monday through Saturday. Also, you can go by Dick's 5 and 10 and enter to win one of 5 $100 shopping sprees that they are giving away every single week until construction is completed. And again, like Steve and I talked about earlier, the sidewalk in front of Dick's is poured and done. It is ready to go. You will see more when you go to work here in just a couple minutes. You're going to see more crews are working overnight. Don't be afraid to go to downtown Branson. I promise you, still plenty of space to park. I mean, what do we lose? Like 20, 25 parking spots up there on top?
Yes.
Something like nothing. Like nothing in the grand scheme of things. Still plenty of space to go down. Everyone's open, and everyone is banding together to let people know, hey, we're open in downtown. Steve, what else do we need to hit, sir?
Well, I think we've hit it today. We are open in downtown. Our sidewalks are getting better by the day. Our storefronts are open. We are ready for a big Memorial Day weekend.
Amen.
And a start of summer. Historic downtown is going to be better than ever. This is just a half a step back to get 10 forward. We're just looking forward to all the changes. And you know what? There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Amen.
We're getting close to being there.
Amen to that. Steve Hartley, it is always great to see you, sir. I look forward to the day where we can go down and experience the new street and the new sidewalks and the brick and all that, because you can see what it's going to look like at the other sections that have been finished. Man, it's going to be awesome. Like that for downtown Branson is a huge, huge deal.
We had to have this. We had to have our underground updated. We had to have the stormwater runoff be adequate. All these things had to be done. There were fresh sidewalks. There were fresh streets. The aesthetics we're going to see is going to be incredible. This half a step back is going to really push us forward to make our experience better than ever before.
That's awesome. Steve Hartley from Dick's 5 and 10. Y'all go down and check it out. I promise you are going to see one thing that you're going to be like, oh my God, I cannot believe that they have this right here. From a honey pie, it's the fact that they have several different flavors of Big League Chew that you can't find anywhere else. That's Miss Carrie's favorite thing about going to. It doesn't matter if we're just roaming around that. She's like, I need to run in Dick's and grab some Big League Chew.
I think there's maybe even a Big League Chew with a female baseball player on there.
There is now, as a matter of fact. Steve Hartley, we appreciate you, brother. We surely do.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, sir.
Yes, sir. Anytime. Hey, y'all stick around. We're